This is a Dirt Trax exclusive.
Hey everybody, it's AJ here with DIRTTRAXTV, and I'm bringing you a walk around from a brand that we have not had here at Dirt Trax prior to this season. But now we've had 3 of them on the ground, and I gotta tell you, I'm really impressed. This is an AODES WorkCross 1003 HVAC. So yes, heat, AC, fully glass enclosed cab. This brand I'd seen a lot of before this year. I have been wanting to test their products. I've been really interested because they've got all kinds of cool stuff out there, but you just wonder, well, exactly what is the quality of this brand? Now that I've had my hands on both their ATVs and their side-by-sides, I can tell you without a doubt, this is a very, very quality product. I'm super impressed, not only with what they deliver right from the factory. This is a features forward, give you everything, one-stop shop, no boxes to check. There are a couple versions of the WorkCross, but if you want an HVAC version, there's nothing else. It's like, hey, we're just gonna give you all of this good stuff so you don't have to go buy any of it. And the other cool thing, they give you all of that cool stuff. They give you all the features, all the options, 32-inch light bar, front and rear bumpers, factory 3,500-pound winch, massive screen on the dash in the center that has built-in Apple CarPlay. And I know people are like, we don't need technology when we're out in our side. You know what? You're wrong. We do need technology if we're going out there. If you're buying an HVAC unit, I get it. If you're buying an open cab, you just want to go out, sling this thing through the mud, go fire the firewood in the back and do just that. But if you're one of those people who's using this for heat, AC, you're plowing a crap ton of snow, you're going out into the back 40, taking the vet out to see the cattle or something like that, or doing these tasks that really require you to be out all day long inside of a cab, requiring that AC and requiring that heat. Having Apple CarPlay in there is awesome. I got my Sirius subscription running. I'm listening to the radio stations I want to. I'm checking my text messages from the screen. I don't have to pull my phone out of my pocket. And that is productivity. And a vehicle like this is built for productivity because that's really what it's all about. So anyways, besides all of that, going off on my rant, which I do occasionally, this vehicle in Canadian dollars, and we're testing the Canadian version of this, is the cheapest HVAC model, bar none, not by a little bit. This is talking about the 1000cc class. It's cheaper by anywhere between 3,500 Canadian dollars and 11,500 bucks. Now you're gonna say, yeah, but there's reasons for it to be cheaper. It's a different brand. I haven't had the longevity experience, so I can't tell you 10 years from now how this is gonna handle or how it's gonna look and the durability. But I do know they've been around for a while, and I haven't seen too many bad reviews, too many bad opinions, or too many people online talking about, things that have really gone sideways. Sure, we're gonna find that for any brand. I can tell you about every brand out there, those horror stories that happen. This vehicle, I am very impressed with all the stuff that it comes with from the factory. So we've got real beadlock rims right from the factory. They're 14-inch aluminum, they match, they're really cool looking and just a nice feature. Now, one of the things that sometimes you see offshore manufacturers do, and sometimes it's hit or miss for me, this has aluminum piggyback shocks that are fully adjustable. So I'm talking compression and rebound adjustability. That is pretty cool for a utility side-by-side. Is it needed? I'm not 100% certain that it is, but they put them on there. Would I rather see, like a Bilstein, a KYB, an Arvin Merritt or some kind of shock like that? That's a high quality steel body shock for utility purposes. Maybe that would add something to it. If it had something like an Elka shock, definitely that would up that level and kind of take away from the AODES branded shock absorber that's on there. Yeah, that's a little bit, you're kind of like, hey, it's got their brand name on it. This is just a cheaper piggyback shock. But at the same time, it's an aluminum piggyback shock that has compression and rebound adjustability. That's pretty cool. So that is something that's there. Whether you like it or you don't, the shocks feel really good. The suspension feels compliant. You can adjust the snot out of it, which you're probably not going to do as that kind of rec utility user person. If you're the guy who wants to go smash it down the trail and just rip and haul in a rec utility side-by-side, you probably need to be buying a sportier version of something. And likewise, you're probably not buying the HVAC model because this thing is quite a bit heavier with that fully glassed in cab, with that air conditioning unit, with all of these features on it. It's a little bit heavier unit. So it's not as sporty as, say, the WorkCross 1003 that's non-HVAC because glass is heavy, so are cabs. Now, What else do we have from the factory? In this model, we've got upgraded front and rear bumpers, which are, really nice looking. It's got a 3,500 pound winch on it, 32-inch light bar up top. Like I said, it has that awesome huge screen inside, which is really cool. And yeah, there's just a whole lot of goodness. It comes with mirrors. People ask all the time, hey, I bought this other brand side-by-side. I bought the one that comes with the cab. I bought the one that comes with heat and AC. Why doesn't it have mirrors on it? Did they forget to give those to me? No, you gotta go back to your dealer. You gotta pay another $300 for those. You know what? Everybody else other than ODES and CF Moto does the same thing where they'll put mirrors on as well. All those other brands, put mirrors on your fully equipped, fully cabbed heat and AC models. The rear view mirror is not enough. Give people side mirrors, please. It's not that big of a budget line item. Just do it. Just put it on there. They're so handy. And these are, they're built well. They go everywhere. They do what you want. They're really durable. You can smash them off trees. Good quality products. I'm impressed with the cab on this. Fully glass enclosed. Yes, tempered glass obviously has to be so nobody gets hurt. Roll down side windows. I don't care if they're power or not. Power side windows. Yeah, I mean, power is cool, but at the end of the day, that's just another electric thing to break. And we all know we've got enough electronics on all these side-by-sides. So crank down side windows. If it's hot out, you're running the AC. If it's a cool, nice spring day, gets a little warmer in the midday, you don't want to turn that AC on, crank the windows down. If it's wintertime and you want to crack that just a little bit because it's getting too hot in here because that heater will pump out some serious heat, crack the windows a little bit. Easy to do. Doors are really nice, and the one thing I like about them, they got a huge latch pin that's solid, and it looks like it's not going to move anywhere. It's got like a 17 mil nylock on there. It looks really solid. The doors are heavy. They're not light. Sometimes people, in this industry, we're like, everything's got to be lighter. Everything's got to be lighter. A door does not need to be lighter. A door needs to be heavier because those flimsy, cheap doors, you grab the handle and you push and the bottom of the door flexes as you're pushing it closed. You're like, what's going on with that? The air inside the cab, the pressure causes the doors to flex. I don't like that. Give me a solid door. This thing closes solid, feels good, nice rubber gasket all the way around. Cab and roof are really nice feeling. Yeah, it's all poly, which is totally fine. This stuff is durable. It's strong. Now, as I was saying, those doors are super heavy. They feel really good. I like that a lot. Inside this cab, we got a little bit of everything in here. So up top, we got a fully lined headliner, sound insulation. It's nice and quiet inside, works good. We got tempered glass front and rear, as well as our side windows, all glass. Now, the inside of the cab, custom stitched and sewn seats. They're really nice. They got like that grippy material on the bottom here. Lots of stitching, lots of color. They look really cool. Center armrest goes up. You can put the third person in or you can leave it down. You get a couple extra cup holders and a great place to put your phone. The rest of it, honestly, I'm really, really darn impressed with. And I think this might be one of my favorite cab interiors in the whole industry. The layout here. So we got obviously adjustable driver's seat. You can move forwards and back, really nice. Tilt steering, yes, of course. Offshore manufacturers, a lot of the times, include turn signals as well as hazard lights. And I'm a big fan of that now. I used to think, oh, that's weird, that's goofy, that makes it look like it's, imported or whatever. I'm a big fan of turn signals. It makes all the sense in the world. When we're down at Hatfield and we're down at Brimstone riding these places, I want turn signals because we're running the roads. It's a good idea to have that, not to mention having a horn. So I like these features. Heat and AC is run by this nice little, they're like aluminum dials here. They kind of, they're nice and they feel good. You got 3 fan speed settings. You got a rheostat for hot and cold, and then you've got your AC and your heat switch. It's simple, but it works really good. Do I need climate control inside the cab? No. Is it nice? Yeah, if you got climate control, that's fine, but I don't need it. I can adjust my speed settings as I need, and I can close off the vents how I want. Now, one thing that is hard to see inside this vehicle is the 4-wheel drive until you got the key on and it's illuminated, but it's up here on the dash. Nice little jog dial, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, diff lock. Straightforward, simple, works good. It's got a nice little locking glove box here. Works great. It's got some storage down underneath. That's totally fine. Not massive storage, but enough. Now on top of that, the screen in the dash does your stereo, does all of the actual, like you've got your speedo and your odometer, all of your stuff here on the dash in the center stack. Off to the right, you have the same information. So that's kind of doubled up. It's fine. 2 of them isn't bad because over here I'm running CarPlay all the time. That's where it's at. It does keep some of your screen gauges off to the left as well at the same time. So CarPlay, kind of like in my Ford truck, is off to the one side, and you still do have some other standard gauges that are included. You got a grab bar for your passenger. It's not adjustable, doesn't need to be. Not in a utility vehicle, that's totally fine. It's got overhead LED lights. Really simple to use, but it's included. That's nice. And then the rest of it just feels really comfy. Underneath the passenger seat, you lift it up, and the center stack and passenger seat will both lift up to give you a little bit extra storage. There's 2 more cup holders down below. There's 6 cup holders inside this cab, which is more than sufficient. And then down in the center here, we've got this removable storage box. So, you know, if you've got tools that you're taking to a job, if you've got your lunch, if you've got a cooler, you can put some ice in there and bring along some cold drinks. Everything's really nice. Some other features, obviously it's got high and low range. It does have 3-way adjustable power steering, so you can adjust your power steering as you're using it. I find the high power steering setting when you're really working this thing is really nice, makes it easy. I like that at low speeds. High speeds, not a fan of high power steering. Obviously we know that it makes vehicles feel twitchy, so you just notch it down, you put it into low, no problem at all, really easy. So what's the performance of this vehicle? It is a V-twin. Most side-by-sides of this size are going away from twin cylinder. They're going to triples or 4 cylinders. That's okay. It works just fine. Horsepower, is it big? No, it's lower in this category. It's 71 horse and 62 pound-feet of torque. Yes, it's at the bottom of the horsepower settings and torque setting or torque numbers in this category. I'm not upset about that. It feels good. It feels strong. You're not paying $11,500 more. So I'm all right if you get a little bit less horsepower, and it doesn't feel like it's a slug in any way. It's very, very solid feeling. In fact, with the CVTech clutches that come on this, Canadian company, pretty cool. They use CVTech clutches on the WorkCross. I actually find it to be just a little bit too jumpy. I think probably they could tone it down a little bit. It feels more sporty than it necessarily needs to be. There are no drive mode settings on this, so you don't get to adjust like, you know, an eco, a work mode, and a performance mode. So throttle input is just a little more aggressive. You're going to get used to it, just like any other vehicle. You know, I spend a few days with these. If you buy this and you're driving it, you know, every day, every weekend, however it is, you're going to get used to that little bit of a more aggressive throttle input. So not a big deal. I don't mind it. I'm just stating something that I would probably change if I could, is just make it a little more gradual on the tip and of the throttle and on that belt engagement, but not bad at all. It'll take 1,000 pounds in the box. Obviously it's a tilting box. No, it's not an electric tilting box. It'll pull 2,500 pounds. It's more than enough. Comes with a trailer hitch, just like everything else in this category. And yeah, you're going to be able to do all those utility things that you want to do with it. How are those shocks going to handle over the long term with big, heavy utility loads? I don't know, but probably equally as good and more adjustable, which is better than, say, just a standard steel body shock. Self-leveling, no, they're not self-leveling out back. They don't need to be. That's fine. We're kind of moved away from that in the industry, actually. So that's just fine. Fit and finish is actually incredibly high. Definitely at the pinnacle of this category. It's on par with other offshore and North American brands. There is nothing in here that I go, oh, look at that. Why did they do that? Very well thought out. This brand is doing big things. I'm super excited to see what they're going to do in the future, because I like this one stop, no options, no boxes. You don't have to add in something. You don't have to go to this level or that level. It's just, here's the vehicle. If you want HVAC, you get all the toys. If you don't want HVAC, okay, here's the basic model that doesn't come with HVAC. And even those ones still come with a lot of cool features. So very cool kind of ideology from ODES. Really good quality product. Definitely higher build quality than I expected. Not by a little bit. This thing is blowing me away. I'm really impressed with it. Overall, yeah, I urge you to go check out your local ODES dealership. Go have a look. Take the time. Cross-compare. Shop it. Go sit on the seat of an ODES ATV, side-by-side, whatever it is that you're interested in, and just give them a chance, because this is not what you expect from an offshore manufacturer of 5 or 10 years ago. Stop by your ODES dealer, give them a chance, and let them impress you with the value that they're going to deliver, because that's the other thing that is beyond my comprehension is how much value they're offering you for the price, and the fact that they're coming to play with big screens, AC and heat, full glass cabs, beadlock rims, piggyback shocks, light bars, all these cool things. They're really delivering a lot, and they're doing it for the cheapest dollar in the entire category. So good job, ODES WorkCross 1003 HVAC. Awesome model. I'll start it up for you and you can hear it. It's actually quite a nice sounding V-twin. There's nothing wrong with it at all. So there we go. Nice rumble. 976cc V-twin. There's some other manufacturers who use 976cc motors. This one sounds really nice. It's quite responsive. And actually, the stock exhaust sounds pretty good too. They've done a really good job here.
Make sure to subscribe and comment below for real interaction with the Dirt Trax crew.